For the fresh biryani masala, we are going to take a handful of mint, a handful of coriander, a 2-inch size of ginger and 10 to 15 garlic, 6 green chilies. For the measurement of rice we had taken 2 cups of rice. So this is the measurement. Now we are going to grind this. I am adding the green chilies, ginger, garlic, a handful of mint. This is for 2 cup rice measurement. You can double it for more quantity and you can reduce it for the less quantity. So now we will grind this into a fine paste by adding a little water as per the requirement, but don't make it too watery. We will grind the paste. This is the ground paste. These are the spices which we are going to use: cloves, 4 cloves, cinnamon, 1 javitri. This is a half of javitri since it is big. Anise seeds, cardamom, 5 cardamom, 1 bay leaf, and this is what we called as kadal pasi. I will give all the required ingredients measurements in the description box. So now we are going to heat oil. Add oil as per your requirement. Nearly 2.5 tablespoons I have added. Let the oil get heat first. Now adding all the spices one by one. It should crackle. So all the spices are crackled, and now immediately I am adding the sliced onion. I have taken 2 big onions. Saute the onions till tender and transparent. No need to brown the onions. And here I am not adding any salt now. We will saute for another 1 minute. Nearly within 2 minutes it will get tender and transparent. If not, maximum 3 minutes. Now it is the time to add the ground masala paste. So we are adding it completely and we have to cook till the raw smell goes. It should not get burnt. So adjust the flame accordingly. Keep on stirring, else it will get stick to the bottom. We can cook till the raw smell goes and the oil separates. So we will wait for another minute, 1 more minute, and then we will add the next ingredient. Yes, now it is ready to add the next ingredient. Now we are going to add all the vegetables what we have. First I am adding the potatoes, which is cut and put in the water to remove the starch. Drain the water and add it. Then we are adding the chopped cauliflower. We will mix this first, else the masala will stick to the bottom. Now adding carrot. The quantity of carrot is little more. This is approximately 1.5 cups of carrot chopped into a small size. We'll mix it. And now we will add beans. The beans is nearly 1.25 cup. Mix it. See, whatever oil is added is absorbed by all the vegetables. And now I am adding 2 tablespoons of frozen peas. If you get the fresh one, you can add it. Else you can soak the dried peas overnight and use them also. Now mix this well and cook for 1 to 2 minutes so that the vegetables get little cooked, at least to 25%. It should be done. In between keep on stirring, else the masala will stick to the bottom. So mix it well so that all the sides of the vegetables are getting cooked. After 2 to 3 minutes, since the vegetables are cut in a small size, it is getting cooked fast. Else you have to cook for little more time. And now I am going to add the tomatoes. I am using 2 medium sized chopped tomatoes. So remember, don't add tomatoes before the vegetables get cooked. It doesn't mean that you have to cook the vegetable completely. In a halfway you can add the tomatoes and cook the tomatoes till it is soft. You can increase and reduce the flame accordingly. So now we will add the soaked rice. I had taken 2 cups of basmati rice, which is washed and soaked for 30 minutes nearly. See, now this is a long grain which comes in loose. This is not the packet rice. We get Hyderabadi basmati rice here. This is a loose rice. So I have taken 2 cups, washed it and soaked for 30 minutes. We will drain this and we will add the rice to the vegetable. While adding the rice, I had put the flame to low, that is a sim. Since this rice is very soft, now I am not going to mix it. I am next going to add the coconut milk, the coconut extract. See, for 1 cup of rice, we will be taking 3 cups of coconut milk. Here I had taken 2 cups of coconut milk and 1 cup of the water which is used while grinding the masalas. So this is half. So 2 cups of coconut milk and the half cup of the masala ground water and a half tumbler of water. See, this is the water. Okay, so it is 1.5 cup of liquid, that is either coconut extract or water or a mix of both, for 1 cup of rice. So here I had taken 2 cup of rice, so I am taking 2 portion of coconut milk and 1 portion of water. So now we will mix it gently, else the rice will get broken. After giving one gentle mix, we will add salt to it. Generally I take 1 spoon for 1 cup of rice. Since we add coconut milk, it should be little more of salt, so that once it is get cooked, the taste will be balanced. So now the salt is added, we will mix it. Some rice may require 2 cups of water, so add accordingly. For this rice I am using only 1.5 cups of water, that is 1.5 tumbler, 200 tumbler, no, I am using that. Now we will close this. I am closing this. Okay, and now raising the flame to the high. Put it in high flame, don't put whistle. I am putting it on high flame without whistle. We have to wait till the steam comes out. The steam had started to come out. I hope you can see this. Yes. So now it is time to open the cooker. But before opening it, sim it fully. Bring the flame to the low and then open it slowly. While opening, hold the handle like this and open in the opposite way, not in this way, because the steam will release on the opposite side so that you will not get hurt. See, it's boiling, and now before putting my hand into it, I am going to add ghee. This is optional. It gives a nice flavor. I am taking nearly 1.5 tablespoons of ghee. This is completely optional. And I am adding a half lemon. This is a big size lemon, so I am taking a half lemon juice. And now gently mix it. Wipe out the sides and the bottom so that this lemon juice and ghee gets mixed well. Remember, don't break the rice while mixing. At this point, if you feel the water level is very little, you can add water, but not the cold one. Boil the water and as per the requirement. Now this water content is enough to make this biryani. Now closing it again. After closing, put the whistle and put the flame in sim. Completely sim. Wait for 10 more minutes. Now after 10 minutes, till 10 minutes it is in the sim. After 10 minutes I am switching it off. Do not remove the whistle, let it be. We have to put it in a standby for at least 10 more minutes. Then we will see how the biryani looks. After 10 minutes in a standby, that is without any fire, I am removing the whistle and let us see how it looks like. See, this is how it will be. Always when you open the cooker or any dum biryani, if you are making, when you open it, the half of the masalas and rice will be like this. So now gently mix it. Without mixing, don't serve because one side will be loaded with lots of masalas. While mixing, bring the rice from the bottom. See, I am bringing it. It's get cooked, but nothing is stick to the bottom. It's very evenly cooked in all the sides. So the bottom is also clear without any browning of the biryani. See, now the chetnad veg biryani is ready. Let us do the plating and look into it. Our chetnad biryani is ready.